Emma, a 9-year-old girl, watching a cat drown in a fountain through the window of her room. Showing no regret, she closes the curtains and continues with her morning routine. Emma lives with her father, David, a widow rower. She is a polite child and an outstanding student, but she seems to lack any real human emotions. During breakfast, Emma tells David about her goal to receive the school citizenship award. While they are talking, Emma's Aunt Angela arrives and tells David that she has found a new babysitter for Emma. It is revealed that there was an unfortunate accident involving Emma's previous babysitter. While they talk, Emma gestures toward the dead cat in the fountain. When David removes the cat from the water, Emma shows no emotion. Later at school, the children are startled by a wasp. While the other students panic, Emma calmly catches the wasp in a cup and releases it out the window. Meanwhile, David is interviewing Chloe, the new babysitter. Impressed by her portfolio, he hires her. David seems attracted to Chloe. At school, Emma helps her classmate Katie up after she falls. Their teacher witnesses the act. It seems Emma is trying to appear empathetic to win the citizenship award. That evening, she practices smiling in front of the mirror. The next day, David dresses Emma up and drives her to school for the award ceremony. When the teacher announces that Milo has won the award, Emma becomes visibly upset. She tells David that she deserved it and Milo didn't. When David gives her a disapproving look, she apologizes. Later, Emma invites Milo to see a nearby cliff. As Milo suggests heading back, the screen goes black. Soon after, when Milo's parents ask Emma where he is, she lies and claims she hasn't seen him since the bonfire. Suddenly, two girls appear, pleading for help. The group discovers that Milo has fallen off the cliff and died. His father tries to revive him, but it's too late. Emma shows no emotion at the news of her friend's death. That evening, Chloe visits while David is out. Emma catches her taking David's medication. Later, while watching a movie together, Emma questions her about the pills and blackmails her. If Chloe does as she says, she won't tell David. She then orders Chloe to get her ice cream. Chloe angrily calls her a bee under her breath but complies. The next day is Milo's memorial. Emma is the only one not crying. After speaking with Milo's parents, David learns that Milo's medal is missing and is assumed to have sunk into the sea. Emma starts crying at that moment, seemingly pretending to grieve in front of Milo's parents. Back home, while folding clothes, David finds the medal hidden beneath Emma's mattress. Looking through photos from the award ceremony, he notices Emma scowling at Milo and begins to suspect her involvement in his death. Later, Emma's teacher, Mrs. Ellis, arrives with a police officer to speak to David. She claims that two students saw Emma with Milo at the cliff before his death. Emma, eavesdropping at the door, interrupts them by pretending to injure herself on a vase. Mrs. Ellis and the officer leave to attend to her. When David questions her, Emma denies being with Milo and angrily claims that Mrs. Ellis hates her. The next day, Chloe visits David's workspace. When she asks for a cigarette, David warns her not to smoke due to flammable chemicals. Chloe later takes Emma outside to play. They see Mrs. Ellis's car in front of Milo's house. She is speaking with Milo's mother. Chloe suspects they are gathering evidence against Emma and says she knows Emma hurt Milo. Emma pretends not to understand. Chloe warns Emma that she could face the electric chair if people find out what happened. Emma appears frightened but doesn't confess. That day, Chloe notices the wasp nest that was once in the outhouse ceiling has disappeared. Later, as Mrs. Ellis drives away from Milo's house, a wasp distracts her, nearly causing a crash. Then we see an entire wasp nest in the backseat. Emma had placed it there to kill her teacher. Chloe returns home and finds Milo's medal under Emma's mattress. To expose Emma, she hangs it from a lamp in David's room. Emma enters the bathroom where David is and sees the medal. When she takes it down, David catches her hiding it behind her back. Confronted, she lies and says Milo gave it to her while they were playing. Disturbed, David goes for a drive and passes a car wreck. Later, he calls Angela and urges her to get Emma a therapist. He begins having dreams involving both Emma and Milo. The next day, Emma accuses Chloe of planting the medal and becomes furious. Just then, David invites her to accompany him. He takes her to Milo's house to return the medal. Milo's mother, though confused, is grateful. She then informs them that Mrs. Ellis has died in a car accident caused by wasps. David is shocked. Emma starts crying, claiming Mrs. Ellis was her favorite teacher. Later, while using the outhouse, David notices the wasp nest is missing and begins to suspect that Emma caused Mrs. Ellis's death. The next day, Emma meets Dr. March, her therapist. After the session, the doctor tells David that Emma seems like any other child. She even managed to fool a psychiatrist. On the way home, David catches Chloe lounging in a sports bra and stares at her. Emma notices and later tells Chloe that David looked at her sexily and might marry her. Enraged, Emma tells Chloe to stay away from her father. That night, Emma questions David about his feelings for Chloe and suggests Chloe wants to be her stepmother. David is confused and leaves for a date. Later, Chloe hears a noise and searches for Emma. Looking out the window, she sees a shadow and follows it outside. The outhouse door slams behind her, locking her in. Suddenly, a fire breaks out. Through the glass, Chloe sees Emma watching. Chloe tries to escape, but the fire consumes her. When David returns, he's met by paramedics and firefighters. Chloe has died. Emma is taken to stay at an official's house. That night, David visits her room and asks with affection whether she hurt Milo. He promises to help her if she tells the truth. Emma admits she pushed Milo off the cliff because he threatened to report her for stealing his medal. She apologizes but casually adds that she won't do it again. David is horrified. He then asks about Mrs. Levia, Emma's former nanny. Emma says Mrs. Levia grabbed her hand, so she pushed her down the stairs, adding that she should have been more careful. Emma's tone grows increasingly aggressive. When asked about Chloe, she angrily rants that Chloe wanted to be her stepmother. David is terrified. He cannot comprehend that his own daughter is capable of such terrible things. Early the next morning, the town sheriff calls David saying he would like to speak with Emma. David, however, uses her illness as an excuse. He then drives her to their remote lake cottage where they are greeted by the housekeeper. Later that day, David receives another call from the sheriff who informs him that the fire was set intentionally, but the arsonist's identity remains unknown. David begins to worry that his daughter might be discovered. At home, he keeps a gun nearby and occasionally glances at it, clearly considering whether to use it to deal with the situation. The next day, while David is sleeping, Emma enters his room and kisses him. She then closes all the windows and turns on all the gas burners, attempting to kill her father. After setting her plan in motion, she goes outside and stands by the lake. David awakens just in time and notices the gas filling the house. He quickly shuts off the burners and opens the windows. When he sees Emma by the lake, he realizes she tried to kill him. Approaching her, he asks why she did it. Emma responds that if something happened to him, she'd get to live with her Aunt Angela, who likes her and doesn't think she's weird. David gently takes her hand and leads her back inside. Later, he's shown crushing his medication. That night, he prepares hot chocolate for both of them. After they drink, David puts Emma to bed. Back in his room, he calls Angela and tells her everything Emma has done, but she doesn't believe him. He apologizes, saying he has no other options. It is revealed that David had secretly laced Emma's hot chocolate with a chemical, hoping to make her overdose and prevent her from hurting anyone else. However, he doesn't mention this to Angela. That night, Emma enters David's room with a gun. She fires, but misses, striking the pillow beside his head. David wakes up and asks how she's still alive. Emma reveals that she switched their hot chocolates. Realizing she intends to kill him, David lunges for the gun. Emma grabs his phone and calls 911, fleeing into the bathroom. As David chases her, she tells the 911 operator that her father is trying to kill her. David breaks through the bathroom door and raises his gun at Emma, only to be shot in the back by the housekeeper, who had entered with his own weapon. David collapses and dies in front of Emma. The police arrive and the housekeeper explains everything that happened. The next morning, Angela arrives at the scene. She's informed that David was likely mentally ill. Emma hugs her aunt, smiling with a cold, predatory look as the movie ends. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next video.